A few weeks ago, I took a risk on my channel, did a video called Cocaine Stories, where I exposed the realities of cocaine and the impact that it has on people. Now I'm doing it again, this time with heroin. Sometimes people think these videos are pro-drugs because they admit that they feel good before they feel very bad. Please watch until the end before you leave your rating. I recognize this first story has been on YouTube before, but no heroin video would be complete without it. Let's get started. The question was, what is heroin like? And here's the response. Actually, this is an obvious question, but it's not what you might think. Let me explain it to you. I've been an opiate addict for a long time, and I've tried many drugs. Drugs that are uppers have the most obvious euphoria. For example, like if you take Adderall, Coke, meth, speed, MDMA, you will get this shining, bright euphoria, self-confidence, energy, and other drug-specific feelings. For meth, like you are king. For MDMA, like you love everyone. However, you owe these drugs back what they delivered to you. After a meth binge, or lots of MDMA use, or staying up all night on Coke, you will feel like shit. To an extent, this is similar to an alcoholic hangover. On the other hand, for people who experiment with heroin, they are underwhelmed. Not including IV usage, but most experimenters rarely IV the first time. They just feel good, chill, happy, but they feel like the spooky drug heroin hasn't delivered. They're just mellow. Oh, and obviously it's all been a lie, they will think. Heroin isn't spooky, it's chill. It's not addictive like everyone else thinks. It doesn't make you do stupid shit or stay up all night and hallucinate like amphetamines or coke. It doesn't empty your serotonin like MDMA or give you a hangover like alcohol. People tend to think, oh, what a nice drug. So the next day they wake up and everything is normal. No headache or shitty feeling, just a slight afterglow of that nice feeling. Oh, and it was cheap as well. It only cost $10 for a whole night of being high. I thought people said heroin was expensive. And then the next weekend comes. There are all these drugs I could do, but I liked heroin. It didn't fuck me up. I could still think clearly. No hangover, no feeling like shit later. I was still awake. It just made me happy and content with life. Oh, and it's only $10. Well, I should get some more for the whole weekend. This is great. I will use heroin on the weekends now. Now let's say this person works and has responsibilities. He knows he can't go into work drunk or on MDMA or high, so he doesn't. It's actually simple. But heroin, the user might actually find they do work better on heroin. Instead of being sad or grumpy or depressed with his job, he is just happy, mellow, content. Everything is fine, and the world is beautiful. It's raining. It's dark. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. I'm commuting in traffic. I would have had a headache. I would have been miserable. I would have wondered how my life took me to this point I'm at right now. But no, everything is fine. Life is beautiful. The raindrops are falling, and in each one I see the reflection of every person's life around me. Humanity is beautiful. I'm in this still frame shot of traffic on this crowded bus, and I just found love and peace. Heroin is a wonder drug. Heroin is better than anything else. Heroin makes me who I wish I was. Heroin makes life worth living. Heroin is better than everything else. Heroin builds up a tolerance fast. Heroin starts to cost more money. I need heroin to feel normal. I don't love anymore. Now I'm sick. I can't afford the heroin I need. How did $10 used to get me high? Now I need $100. That guy that let me try a few lines the first time doesn't actually deal. Now I need to find a real dealer. The guy is a felon and he carries a gun and he can sell me the drug that lets me find love in the world. No, this isn't working. I need to quit. To answer your question, heroin feels nice. That's all. It just feels very nice. You can make up the rest for yourself. Attach your own half-truths to this drug that will show you the world, and for a moment, you will feel as clever as Faust. And now my next letter. I like doing drugs. Started with weed, moved on to psychedelics, then certain opiates. I just recently tried heroin. Worst decision I'll ever make. I've never had a more powerful urge for anything in my life than to inject another 4 hours of full-body bliss. What's worse is that my supply is within quick walking distance. The only thing preventing me from buying some right now is that innate feeling of dread of becoming one of them. I cannot share this with anyone or check myself into a clinic. It's simply not an option for me. Please help me. This person's replying to a man that said, at least with X, you can walk around, dance, have sex, and all these activities are far enhanced, not just the pleasure of them, but the ability to do them. Whereas with H, as someone who isn't me understands, it's hard to walk down a long set of stairs, let alone dance or have sex well. As it was said, this is hardly the case with heroin. If heroin stopped people from being able to walk down a long set of stairs, no one on here would ever do anything at all, and far fewer people would be on here as a result of this. He's talking about the drug form that I got this letter from. No, unfortunately, heroin is a drug which enables you to maintain a state very akin to normality, to function in a way that is pretty much normal. If it were as debilitating as you described, how would any heroin addict ever work? Be it legitimate work or dodgy grafting. Either way, a smack habit requires funds, and securing funds requires an ability to function properly. On the other hand, someone who isn't me would quite happily admit that when she is in the midst of acute heroin withdrawal, she finds it very fucking difficult to function, even a state approaching normalcy. The long flights of stairs are really enough to cause her to buckle up, shaking, coughing, and retching with the pain of it all. Don't get me wrong. Heroin is a massively destructive drug. It eats away at lives, worming its way in, insidiously biding its time, waiting for moments of weakness in which to strike. And the degree to which one can maintain a near enough normal life just adds to its ability to trick you into believing that everything is okay. That's what it does best. Offers an escape route from the problems of everyday life, provides an all too easy answer to general worries and stresses, gives you an option of numbing and distancing yourself away from pain and misery, but it's very short-lived. And before long, it brings a whole new set of heroin-specific problems, which can cause just as much, if not probably more, stress, worry, pain, and misery than that which you were trying to escape from. Crash Matey, it sounds like you're coming at this from a pretty clued up angle. You seem to understand what a double-edged sword heroin is. Just don't let that knowledge conveniently get forgotten in the midst of enjoying the effects of a new drug, eh? Because it's too easy to put common sense on hold, or to even decide that because we're so clued up, we must be immune to the potential pitfalls, invulnerable to addiction. Just keep a lot of us here in mind. None of us swimmers ever planned to go this far. Most heroin addicts never thought they'd end up getting a habit, never intended to lose control. It gets the best and the worst of us indiscriminately. So please, watch your back, okay? So I've been reading about heroin all day, and my takeaway is that heroin's superpower is its subtlety. It's its ability to make you think that this is not a life-changing drug. Instead, it's just a small life enhancement. That's how it starts. That's how it transforms its way from a life enhancement to a life requirement, to something that takes over your life. It turns into something that you need to, quote unquote, get well, that you need to love again, that you need to feel again, that you can't enjoy a life off of this drug once you've enjoyed a life on this drug. Does it feel good? Sounds like it does. Does it have an amazing ability to transform normal people into ruined people? That's what it does. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click like. I always appreciate it when you do. You might also like the video to the right, which is Cocaine Stories. It's very similar to the one you just watched. On the left is Breaking Black Ops 2 news. I talk about level tokens, Dead Silence, Second Chance, and a bunch of stuff that I haven't seen anywhere else because it just came from an interview that David Vonderhaar did at PAX. It's brand new, so it's probably stuff you didn't know already. Have a good day.